Hafide and welcome to Weekend Edition. Guahusi Isaiah again, and thank you for joining us. The Department of Youth Affairs continues to assist Child Protective Services and will help establish the Division of Children Wellness in January before exiting. The creation of this new division is just one of a number of recommendations to help stabilize and improve the child welfare systems to responsiveness to abused and neglected children on Guam. As KUAM News reported, CPS has been under the administrative custody of DYA after Governor Leon Guerrero declared the agency's operations under a state of emergency since late January. According to DYA and CPS Director Melanie Brennan, the new division will pull CPS out from under the huge Division of Public Welfare, which manages SNAP benefits, Medicaid, TANF, and MIP, and incorporate CPS with the Bureau of Child Care Services so that focused attention is on children and supportive services for families. In the CNMI being home of the holidays as a special meaning for those who lost their houses after Super Typhoon U2 tore through Saipan and Tinian 3 years ago. KUAM's Tomas Manglotnia speaks with a family on Saipan who received help from FEMA just in time for Christmas.
That home got flown away completely by Super Typhoon U2.
Patrick Cepeda knows what it's like to be at the center of a storm. He's on the front line with Homeland Security, usually responding to disasters. It was during Super Typhoon U2 when he, like many others, found themselves in the middle of one.
Leave my family behind during every storm that ever happens here in Saipan. Now with the new home, I'll be more at ease and in content because now I do know that my family are going to be in a home that's completely safe against storm.
His home is one of 288 house projects under FEMA's Permanent Housing Construction Repair Program.
We've identified survivors who become applicants for individual assistance.
We met with Wayne Randy Clayton, who heads the Joint Recovery Office at a vacant home on Saipan.
One of our primary partners is the United States Army Corps of Engineers, and the Army Corps designed these houses specific for CNMI and the tropical location and the impacts of typhoons, for example.
They've completed 88 repair projects and 65 full house construction projects. They plan to complete all house projects on Saipan and Tinian by the end of next year.
Very significant here. Not many missions will ever add up to be what we've had here for housing.
More people are now able to go to a home for the holidays, stronger than ever.
This house, I saw it built from ground up, and I don't know if you call it a typhoon shelter, but I would call it a bomb shelter, if anything. Yeah. It's really, really strong.
Tomas Manglotnia for KUAM News on Saipan.
Tomas Manglotnia, thank you for that report. It's never too early to register to vote. That's the word from the Guam Election Commission. As Executive Director Maria Pangilinan shares with the link, voter registration is on the rise with voter rolls seeing an increase of over 200 registered voters in November. Pangilinan says a good chunk of new voters are coming from motor voter registration at DMV. She also lays out who doesn't need to register to vote in the 2022 elections.
If you voted in the 2020 general election, you're good for 2022. If you just missed 2020, but you voted in 2018, you're still good to come and vote for 2022. The only time we'll take you off is if you miss 2 general elections in a row.
Pangilinan said new or renewing voters can register in person at the GEC offices in Okatumuni.
Bring a photo ID. They can also register to vote online if they have a current driver's license or a current Guam ID. And then they can also register at DMV. But if you're coming to our office, all you need to simply bring is a photo ID.
The Election Commission's website is gec.guam.gov, and you can call their offices at 671-477-9791. The District Court of Guam announces the theme for the 2022 High School Civics Contest. KUAM's Tyler Matanani has the details.
Calling all high school students. The District Court of Guam invites you to submit your essay and/or video for the 2022 High School Civics Contest. The annual contest is hosted by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals and encourages participants to express their thoughts and ideas, often on one of the rights in our Bill of Rights. This year, students are asked, what are students' free speech rights and responsibilities on and off campus? District Court of Guam Chief Deputy Clerk Charles White.
So what are the limits to this? And so there's been some jurisprudence in the last few years regarding that. And so the winning entries will always delve into that to some extent. The court cases, and what did the court cases say? What limits were placed? What limits were lifted? Who prevailed?
The district court receives up to 100 entries every year. 3 high school students from Guam have won top honors at the Ninth Circuit level so far.
There's 15 districts in the Ninth Circuit, and we're the second smallest. So I think that's a pretty good accomplishment.
Students will compete against thousands of students in 9 western states, Guam and the CNMI.
Now there's 2 levels to this contest. We have a level, a local level. So after all the entries are submitted, the Ninth Circuit bounces them back to us after stripping out all the names and schools. And so we judge them here locally, blind. We don't know who they are, who the entrants are. And we submit our top ones to the Ninth Circuit, and they go to the final round at the Ninth Circuit.
Cash prizes will be offered to the winners on both the local level and on the Ninth Circuit level. Entries will be accepted from January 17 through March 18. Further details on the contest are available online at ca9.uscourts.gov/civics contest. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
On Wednesday's G3 Steering Committee meeting, Director for the University of Guam Center for Island Sustainability, Dr. Austin Shelton shared updates on the Guam Green Growth projects to make the island more sustainable.
One thing that we are currently working on is a continued partnership with our friends over at the Serve Guam Commission. We are working with the next AmeriCorps group, VetCorps, over in Talafofo, and it is our goal to open another G3 community garden in time for Martin Luther King Day, which is a big day of service in AmeriCorps community. And so we hope to have that go on, I believe that's January 17th.
Kate Brown of the Global Island Partnership spoke on what occurred at the Conference of Parties 26 in Glasgow, Scotland. That's great for the island.
I think what's really important for Guam is that Guam, he referenced Guam along with Hawaii and Puerto Rico on this idea that U.S. islands have things to share with the world, particularly in terms of pursuing sustainable development.
Dr. Shelton added that the G3 Steering Committee is proud to be a founding member of the Local 2030 Islands Network and how Guam continues to lead in island sustainability. She's back. Our adorable little baker, Kiki Leon Guerrero, is ready to share with us a holiday recipe.
Welcome to Baking with Kiki. Today we are going to be making a festive holiday cake. The holiday cake is an orange cranberry bundt cake, and these are the ingredients you'll need. We're going to need some powdered sugar, some oil, eggs, and just bits for the decoration, and some orange juice, and then we have just these for decoration, and then we have the cake mix, yellow cake mix. Then we have cranberries. The first step we are going to do is we are going to add our yellow cake mix. Then we are going to add our orange juice instead of water. Then we're going to put 1.5 cup of oil. And then we are going to put 3 eggs in this cake. We want to get more orange flavor, so we are going to take the zest off this orange, and you are just going to add, when you're done scraping it, you are going to add some into here. We are going to stir all the zest up. You're going to put about over a half a cup of cranberries into your batter, and you are gonna fold the batter so you don't crush the cranberries. I'm gonna ask my mommy to help me pour all of my batter inside of this. If it's too much, I'm not gonna pour all. Because if you need parents' help, because it's kind of heavy. We are making our coated cranberries for the top for decoration. Now that it's all dried up, we are gonna coat it in sugar. Here's an example. Now that our cake is cooling, we are gonna make our toppings for the top. So what you will need is, now that we're done with the cranberries, we are gonna put 1.5 tablespoons of orange juice and 1 cup of powdered sugar. Now that our cake's nice and cold and we're done with our glaze, we are gonna pour it on top, but if you need more, you can make more. Now that I'm done with my drizzle, I got my shifter and I put some powdered sugar, and we are gonna press the button to make snow. You can use as much snow as you want. I'm gonna use a lot of snow because I like snow. I'm done, and now it looks like a Christmas wreath. And all I had to use to make the toppings to decorate the cake was coated cranberries and sugar and mints. Happy holidays! Thanks for baking with Kiki.
Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we have Culture Club, and still to come, Dave Delgado with sports.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Hafaday, this is Congressman Nicholas. If you are a small business, you may be interested in a federal program called the State Small Business Credit Initiative. This program can provide federal funds to match equity investments into your company or help you get lower interest rates at local banks. To find out more on how this program can help your small business, please contact your Guam Congressional Office at 475-6453 or at michael.sanicolas@mail.house.gov.
This ad was paid for with official funds from the Office of Congressman Michael F.Q. San Nicolas.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist. Over 20 years of experience.
KUAM News, in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau, brings you the Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase. Look out for this powerful symbol for visitors, island residents, and industry workers alike, as it represents establishments with a consistent global commitment to safety practices. Stamped with approval by the Guam Visitors Bureau and the World Travel Tourism Council. Every Monday on KUAM News will feature a different local business who's taken the Safe Guam and Safe Travels pledge to maintain health and safety standards to get Guam back on track. Log on to visitguam.com to see how your business can receive the designation, what businesses in our community are Guam Safe certified, and have the WTTC Safe Travel certified.
Welcome back. This week's Culture Club feature is artist Antoinette Lubasa.
Culture Club, brought to you by Hanum, the freshest bottled water made in Guam.
Hi everybody, I'm Antoinette Labausa. I am a local artist and local carver. When I started, I was actually my first year being a teacher, and I had a lot of free time on my hands. It was summertime, and you kind of got bored, and I was always fascinated as a child, like when I would see the fishermen wearing the spondylus and the sanahi, and I remember going to the Flame Tree festivals, asking local artists, like, hey, how much is this, the full spondylus, the whole shebang? And I remember it was really pricey. And at the time I didn't know the value of it. I guess it wasn't really spoken about like with my family, and I was always interested in it. I was just so drawn to it because I knew it represented our culture. I just never was exposed to it. But then I guess during that summer when I was, I guess, a teacher, and I was doing my own like research on how the spondylus kind of relates to Chamorro culture. And I was immediately just like amazed by it. And I don't know what happened. I just decided like, oh, I'm gonna go look for spondylus. So I checked beaches like in the south, and mostly where I thought like I could find big shells, and I think I found my first one. They're everywhere, mostly on the south, and like, you know, the beaches with all the rough sand and coral. So yeah, I found one, and I just became super addicted to it, and it was almost just like I was super drawn to it because I felt like it's something a part of me. And honestly, it just started as a hobby, and here we are. Most of the shells when I first started, I picked myself, and you know, it took hours to kind of just go along the beach in the hot sun, picking the shells, and then you take it home, you clean it, you carve it into the shape that you like. You usually use a Dremel. I'm sure there's other ways to carve with like bigger machines and stuff. After you take it with the Dremel and you cut your shape, you kind of just take a sandpaper, as many sandpapers as you want, sand it down, smooth it out, and then polish it. Actually, when I was 12, we left Saipan, actually moved to Hawaii, so I kind of grew up there. And when people ask me, they're like, oh, where are you from? Like now, I always have a hard time answering like, oh, I grew up here, but I also grew up in Hawaii. And I guess to me, when I make spondylus, it makes me feel more connected because I guess more connected to Saipan, because I never really had that upbringing when I was in, I guess, Hawaii. And yeah, it just makes me feel more solidified in my Chamorro identity. I had a lot of feedback on how they really like the way I take the time to sand it, polish it. I guess that's what stands out with my art. There are a lot of other local artists that carve and they have their own specialty, and I think that one is mine. I think it's a good way to kind of express yourself in a different way that I guess cultures express. Like a lot of people express themselves through poetry or even like speaking in our native tongue. And personally, I can't speak Chamorro, and it really bums me out that I can't connect with other people in my own language. And for me to be able to express myself with spondylus and carving, I guess gives me that alternative to feel like I am Chamorro, you know what I mean? And in order to preserve that, I guess to just teach other people, and like I've taught my partner, she's been helping me too, so it's really nice to get together and connect in a certain way that you know how with other people. So I feel like if we keep spreading this tradition of traditions and cultural, I guess, art and different ways to express ourselves, then we'll find community and family. Yeah, and it's something I really enjoy and I identify with, like, culturally as well. It is definitely like therapeutic. Sometimes I find it like a form of self-care, like cultural self-care. At times though, I'm not gonna lie, when it becomes like, especially now when it becomes like a business, it does get to feel like it's a little overwhelming, just because I'm not the type of artist to mass produce, because I just simply cannot. I mean, you know, it's handcrafted, handcrafted art I think is really just unique in its own. And when I do it because I feel like I want to, it feels really just like a form of cultural self-care. Patience is number one. It takes a while to do the whole carving. I mean, you're looking at about an hour to 2 hours per piece, depending on how small or how big, and how well you want to polish it or make it smooth. It really just depends. And then my other advice is like, stick to your style, do what you want to do, carve when you want to carve. I guess I'm pretty sure a lot of artists have like blocks, and I've experienced those a lot. And sometimes the inspiration and motivation to carve again comes from like stepping away sometimes and kind of missing it, and when you get to reconnect yourself with that again, it just feels like the first time, I guess. I really just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has found interest in my piece, even if it's just looking at it, appreciating, I guess, for what it is in our culture. And if you were able to identify yourself culturally through my art, I appreciate it.
Culture Club, brought to you by Hanum, the freshest bottled water made in Guam.
Sports is up next. Keep it here.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.
Southern High made school history by winning this year's ESA Football League third-place trophy. The Dolphins defeated GW 14-0 in the consolation game. This was the first time Southern placed in a season. Isaiah Tapasnia takes the handoff to the outside for the first touchdown. Josiah Quintanilla kept the snap and went up the middle for the game's last score. Congrats on a good season, Southside. The Father Dueñas Friars finished their ESA Football League season as undefeated champions. FD beat the Guam High Panthers 26-8 at the GW Field. Offensive co-MVP Kyle Gogui carried the load with the running game, picking up big yards. Quarterback Alex Sojo kicked through a short field goal to put FD ahead 3-0 in the first quarter. Sojo went to air and hit wide receiver Dathan Alcantara, who breaks a tackle and goes in for 6 points. Sojo kicked through the PAT for the 9-0 lead. Gogui scored off a short run. Sojo added a field goal, and teammate Vance Meno also scored in the win.
We had a lot of injuries going down early in the game and during the game, but we all knew it was at stake, and we all fought for it, and continued to persevere through this adversity. We all knew it was our last game, and we all were willing to sacrifice everything for this game and for the program.
Next man up. Next man up. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, everybody's going to play hard, work hard, and we're going to play the best, regardless if it's a freshman. And you're right, we're filled with freshmen and sophomore, but what got us here was the great leadership from our junior and senior class. Seniors came out, took the lead, and we worked right there at FD. Worked hard, came together, worked in every function of the game, from blocking and tackling. I give it to all these guys. They have a lot to offer, and I appreciate all this time.
Congrats to the Bank of Guam Strikers FC U6 team for winning the Jingle Bell Soccer Tournament. The team is here posing for a group photo with the gold medals and the championship trophy after winning the final match. The Jingle Bell Tournament, a youth soccer event supported in great part by Japan Football Association. U6 and U8 division matches of the tournament concluded at the GFA National Training Center Robbie Weber Youth Soccer Pitch. The final weekend of the tournament will feature U10 divisions on December 18th. The photo was submitted by Samantha Bautista from the GFA. The McDonald's High School Basketball Classic, hosted by Clutch Guam, will take place December 20th through January 8th at the FD Phoenix Center. On the boys' side, St. Paul, JFK, and FD will be the top teams to look out for.
We're really excited about 2022 and partnering with McDonald's and KUAM on this event. I think it's a partnership set in stone, and we're really just doing this for the sports community, curating awesome content, putting together memorable sporting events, so it's a perfect match.
For the girls, the Warriors will look to keep their title at St. Paul. Academy, JFK, and Ukadu also have their names in the mix.
Basketball is a highly competitive sport, and this season we're looking at a highly competitive season as well. A lot of returnees across the board. Teams have been working hard all off season, talking with coaches. So, expect a competitive season on both the boys and girls side.
The Friars are led by senior Kane Santos and junior Jaden Santos. FD will lean on their younger players to step up this season. Kirsten Guzman and Carl Vinca had the Islanders in the paint. JFK's grit and scrappy play have them as one of this year's contenders. St. Paul's latest addition of senior point guard EJ Cruz, along with Josiah Quintanilla and Xander Sanchez, will pose the problem for defenses.
There's really not, those two top powerhouse teams this season. It's really up for debate. It's open for discussion. And, as the season rolls on, we'll see which teams are able to come out on top.
GW picked up their second consecutive ISA girls volleyball title after defeating the Simon Sanchez Sharks in the finals 25-21, 25-19, 25-15. Gecko's right side player Janae Cabrera was feeling it early. Her kill in the first set gave GW the lead 11-5. Joey Almaguera extended the lead late in the first set 20-12. The Sharks scored 6 unanswered points but lost the set after return went out of bounds. Kana Kanemoto, Hannah Meinik, and Maria Amandi battled tough for the Lady Sharks in the second set. Tied at 10, GW started to make their run. Kiara Diego's 2 aces put the purple and gold up 15-10. Cabrera closed out the set with back-to-back aces. In the third, it was all GW. Cabrera again with the hard shot here as they were crowned queens of the court for the second time in league history.
Being champions back-to-back feels really good. It's all about the communication. It was hard at first, but we pulled through as a team. The adrenaline feels good. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm every emotion right now.
Winning a championship really means a lot to us this year because our sophomore year was cut off, and then last year we got that first ISA championship, and this year we took the second one. Tonight was a lot of fun, and we all came out ready to give our all, and we did.
The key to tonight's win was obviously the teamwork, the communication, everything, the energy we had. I love the energy we had. Our coach always reminds us communication is key. We pushed, we kept pushing, we wanted it, we really wanted it. We had 2 good practices in a row, and that's how we found that strive to take it.
I felt really confident with my serves because I knew I really wanted this championship, and I know serves play a big part in points and stuff. And the effort with my team, I would say, is I'm really proud of them because they really pulled through. We worked so hard this whole season, and it really paid off. Back-to-back championship, we won. It's very exciting.
In programming news, tune into the stations of KUAM to catch all of your NFL action Monday, December 20th at 4 in the morning on KUAM TV 11, NFL on CBS, New York Jets at Miami Dolphins, then at 11:20 in the morning on KUAM TV 8, NBC Sunday Night Football, New Orleans Saints at Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.
the all-new Hyundai Tucson.
KUAM News, in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau, brings you the Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase. Look out for this powerful symbol for visitors, island residents, and industry workers alike, as it represents establishments with a consistent global commitment to safety practices. Stamped with approval by the Guam Visitors Bureau and the World Travel Tourism Council. Every Monday on KUAM News will feature a different local business who's taken the Safe Guam and Safe Travels pledge to maintain health and safety standards to get Guam back on track. Log on to visitguam.com to see how your business can receive the designation, what businesses in our community are Guam Safe certified, and have the WTTC Safe Travel certified.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of the birthday shout-outs from the Coldstone Creamery Birthday Club.
On the last weekend before Christmas, we say happy birthday on Saturday to Ezekiel Fagan, who celebrates birthday number 2 this year. Happy birthday, Zeke, and have fun blowing out both of your candles. And Leslie St. Nicholas, happy birthday to you. So Papa, happy birthday from Zenobia, Keki, and Amara, and they say they love you. Then on Sunday, Evangeline Uggan, happy birthday to you, and we hope you have an amazing day today. Your grandkids say they love you and give you the big red heart emoji, and that's how you know it's serious. So happy birthday, everyone, this weekend, and please stay safe.
Remember, you can be a part of the Coldstone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online at KUAM.com. And be sure to include with your photo your name and birthday. From all of us here at Guam's News Network, thank you so much for watching and have a safe